Mario games are filled with a lot of iconic characters which everybody on the planet has heard of, like Bowser, Peach, Luigi. But there's one that I didn't mention: Toad. Yahoo! Princess Peach's attendant and a longtime protector of the Mushroom Kingdom. And yes, we are talking about the Toad. Not the species, the character. But the question is, how did Toad change in terms of gameplay, use, story, and design? Since he actually became more important than we all think. Toad and the Mushroom People were first seen in the game Super Mario Bros., where the species was revealed to comprise the majority of the population of the Mushroom Kingdom. Their design was directly from the power-up the Super Mushroom, as well as the game's general association with mushrooms. Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of the Mario franchise, says that Toads have a simplistic design, yet still appear cute, lovely and pleasing to everybody. Toad's English name appears to have been inspired by the word toadstool. This word is used to describe mushrooms, including those featuring umbrella-like cap and stem forms. Characteristics which Toad's design portrays along with the character's general resemblance to a mushroom. Toad's Japanese name Kinopio appears to be a mixture of the Japanese word for mushroom Kinoko and the Japanese name for the character Pinocchio, which both roughly blend together to form the meaning of a real mushroom boy, as evidenced through Pinocchio's desire to become a real boy in his own tale. The first time that we saw this little fella, the character known as Toad, was in the second Super Mario game, Super Mario Bros. 2. He, along with Mario, Luigi, and Princess Toadstool, go on a picnic at the beginning of the game. So right from the start, you can see that this Toad is some sort of special, since not every Toad can go on a picnic with the princess after all. This is a sign that this Toad is special, like the right hand of Peach, and this was already established from the beginning. And you can even play as Toad. Gameplay-wise, he's the worst jumper, but he is extremely fast when it comes to picking up vegetables or digging through sand. He's also super speedy, making him the fastest of the 4 characters, being the only character who runs faster than normal while carrying a heavy object that would normally slow the others down. Now, this Mario game was a bit weird, to be honest, since you see all kinds of enemies and characters that we have never seen before. But this is the first time that we actually see Toad, and you can even play as him, which is a good way of introducing him. But he still feels like a random Toad. He isn't unique at all. The problem is they didn't add any story to him. He didn't develop a personality. So for now, Toad is a dull character with no personality or story. But this would change later on. In the next game, Super Mario Bros. 3, his role changed, but not in a good way. In this game, the Koopalings were attacking and taking over the lands of the Mushroom Kingdom. Toad appears in the game as one of the major allies for the Mario Bros. by running the Toad houses and the other minigame places. In these houses, the Mario Bros. Can play various minigames in order to win extra power-ups, while the spades give you 1-ups. And the end card gives you a minigame where you can win both. So in this game, Toad went back to a supporting role, probably because people didn't really form any type of bond with him at all. They wanted the old formula with Mario to return. We can also see this in the sales numbers. The second game only sold 7 million, while the third game sold 17 million. Thanks to this, Toad ended up helping Mario from the sideline, so it still wasn't his time to shine. He was actually shoved back a bit and became less important than in the previous game. But this didn't change in the next game, Super Mario 64. Prior to the events of the game, Toad along with the others of his species were sealed behind the walls of Peach's castle by Bowser. Toad plays a rather minor role, as the first one that Mario meets inside the castle. Once speaking with him, he explains to Mario about the situation of Bowser taking over the castle and informs him that he must collect power stars to save the princess. So he's only used very shortly to explain the story to Mario. So yet again, nothing special at all. And this keeps going on in the next games as well, like Sunshine, where he also has a tiny role similar to the one in Super Mario 64. But this would later on change in the main series games. He does, however, appear in loads of spin-off games, comics, and other stuff. And here we start to see something interesting. He starts to develop a character. For example, in Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, where Toad is an advisor of the Chancellor of the Mushroom Kingdom. In this game he shows something of a sarcastic streak, and he's mainly used to progress the plot and guide Mario. Here he serves, just like in the main series, the role of a guide and also explains the story, but this time with a more personal touch to him. And in some games, he even got bigger roles and leading roles, like in Wario's Woods, where Toad is the main character and takes on Wario. In the SNES version, Toad even blows up Wario's castle, with him still in it, causing all of it to crash down.
Dead.
This is also the first time his voice is heard, and it's unusually deep.
Groovy. Breakfast.
But this is changed to a more high-pitched voice later on in the series. And so Toad starts to develop some character, since this didn't happen in the main series. But the role that he got in the next main Mario game was quite big, and turned into something even bigger. Toad plays a crucial role in Super Mario Galaxy by being the captain of the Toad organization named as the Toad Brigade. This was confirmed by the official biographies of the game. In recognition of his status, he's referred to as Captain or Toad Brigade Captain for most of the game. He's recognizable by the headlamp that he wears at all times, as well as his large backpack. Besides this, Toad also owns a special spaceship called a Star Shroom in the game. While he's determined to rescue Princess Peach, Toad is often cowardly and relies on Mario to back him up on various galaxies. In some levels, Toad even finds some power stars for Mario and even points out some of the other ones that he saw to help him out. At the end of the game, Toad reveals to Mario that he and the rest of his brigade have been promoted to becoming royal guards for Peach. So Toad played a huge role in this game, even bigger than his role in Super Mario Bros. 2. All of a sudden, he was given this big task in the main series games. Even some of the levels were themed around the Toad Brigade. And he returns as the cowardly, yet trying leader of the Toad Brigade in the second game as well. In this game, they even added more story. His brigade doesn't trust him, since they believe that he is not fit for being captain. Regardless, he does his best and tries to find as many power stars to help Mario. However, he does occasionally need Mario's help, as Toad sometimes finds himself in trouble while trying to obtain power stars. So they even started building a story around the Toad Brigade, and even put pressure on Captain Toad. But why did they do this? Why did Nintendo give Toad such an important and big role out of nowhere? Well, he was already famous from all his small roles in the main series games and bigger ones in the spin-offs. He started to become popular. He's one of the most famous Mario characters after all, and this was also confirmed in another game. During the development of New Super Mario Bros. Wii, the developers at Nintendo decided between 4 characters to be playable in the game: Princess Peach, Toad, Wario, and Waluigi, which were all suggestions made by fans, and they ended up going with 2 Toads. So in time, his popularity grew, and we can see this in the games. Slowly but surely, he got a bigger role. First, he was just a side character, then he appeared in spin-off games like Mario Party as show host, got his own spin-off puzzle game, starred in loads of comics and cartoons. He even ranked 7th on Game Daily's top 10 Nintendo characters that deserve their own games. The site explained that he has a strong appeal that Nintendo has yet to tap into. All of this eventually led to something special. Another game where Toad is the star. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. In this game, Toad and Toadette are seen getting a power star, but after this, the star and Toadette are taken away by the villain, Wingo. He's a giant bird that Captain Toad has to defeat in order to save Toadette. Now in this game, Toad finally got a chance to shine again, and this idea actually came from the game before this one. In Super Mario 3D World, he can be found in special levels specific to his character, which are referred to as Captain Toad courses. These probably ended up being very popular stages, and might have been used to test the concept to see if people would enjoy it. This ended up becoming the game known as Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, and to be honest, it didn't sell that bad. It ended up selling more than 1 million copies, and if you compare it to the amount of Wii U sold, which is around 13 million, it's not too bad. So this marked the return of Toad, and who knows what might happen in the future. Like Game Daily said, Toad has loads of potential. Maybe we will see more puzzle games with Toad as the main character, or maybe a different type of game like a platformer. We will just have to wait and see. Hey you there, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and tell me in the comments what you think about the video. Did you enjoy it? Do you hate it? Do you want to kill me? Do you want to kill me? No! Please! I'm 18, I'm so young, no! Ah!